Yes, so you can react and chat in the chat box. So good afternoon and good evening. I hope everyone is doing fine. I hope you all had a wonderful Tuesday. And I hope you all enjoyed your Valentine yesterday because I'm sure some of you received gifts. You people could not remember me. You guys didn't remember me, Abby. So you all enjoyed your Valentine and you received gifts, but nobody remembered me. Like let's even give Kemi to something. But that's fine, no problem. So okay, now we want to have a session on understanding and analyzing project brief. So as a designer, you are expected to work with a brief. Anyone who wants to give you a job, either a full-time role when you're working with your company or like you're freelancing, you'll be given a brief because a brief contains the essential requirements of that project you're about to embark on. So now, how do you understand this brief? We will be working with the projects you're being given right now, which is Grabby, the general projects. That is why I want everyone to be here. So everyone would listen and understand how to do it. Because even outside design pal, when you're done with this cohort, like when you're done with this training, you'll be given projects to work on. You'll get jobs, you'll get gigs, and you'll be sent project briefs to work on. So, what the aim of having this session is for you to be able to understand how to approach a project brief and how to understand because project brief. Can you guys hear me? Someone said I can't hear you, ma. Can anyone hear me? Just react if you can hear me. Okay. Everyone said I can hear you, ma. All right. Okay. So I guess please, if you can't hear me, just check your network. Might be your network. So good, awesome. So now, how do you understand a project brief? You are a newbie designer, you're a junior designer, you're just getting into the field, and you are being given a big brief. Like, yeah, it looks like a mountain to you. How do you break it down? How do you understand it? That is what we'll be having. That's the session we'll be having this evening. And we will be making use of Grabby as our case study because that is what you guys are working on, which is a general project. And we will be making use of that as our case study. So let me share my screen. I'm trying to share my screen. It's loading. I don't know why the network is saying connecting. So just hold on. All right. Can you guys see my screen now? Can you guys see my screen? I'm actually talking now. Can you see my screen? Okay, yes. All right, awesome. Now let's go to our slide for today. So let's have this slideshow. Awesome. So can please let me know. You guys should just let me know if you can see my screen because on the I'm actually I enlarged it, right? So because I want everyone to see it. So analyzing and understanding project brief, that is our topic for today. This slide contains detailed explanation of how to understand and analyze a complicated and complex project brief. Awesome. So let's move forward. Now, what is a project brief? You would, yeah, okay. I've sent you the brief, I've sent you the project brief. Okay, I'll send you a project brief. Now, what exactly is a project brief? A project brief is that essential document that defines the client's primary requirements for the project. Basically, that is what a project brief is all about. It defines the client's primary requirements for the project. That is the features that will be on it, the problem, the solution, and everything that is needed. Guys, please mute your mic. Please mute your mic. So, like I was saying, it contains important details and features for that said project. A good project brief is well detailed and explanatory. However, There are some project briefs that aren't straight to the point, but they are also still called project brief, but they are the complex and complicated one. Guys, please mute your mic. Mute your mic. Please mute your mic. I shouldn't be. I was actually sharing. I have to come back to just mute that person. Please mute your mic, please. All right, now let's go back to our screen. So now, what is a project brief? It is basically the document that defines the client's primary requirements for the project. It contains the important details of what that project is all about, what you should know as a designer. Example of a project brief, that is the Grabby document that we have here, right? But I'm sure you guys have it with you, so I don't need to open it, but we'll still go back to it. So let's continue. So this is your reaction when you see a complicated brief. What we are having here, you look at like you just like, what is this? You know, it's put in black and white, and you as the designer, you are expected to bring out something from black and white, from what is being penned down. So these are like the likely reactions you would actually, that will come up in your face, like what exactly is happening here, right? Now you've seen the complicated brief. How do you approach it? How do you understand what your client wants you to do? How do you understand the solution, the problem that solution is trying to solve? You know, for every design, a design is a solution. Every design is a solution, and there is a problem, because without a problem we can't have a solution. So your client is giving you their solution. Some clients actually do state out the problem. They will state it in the brief as well, that they will state the solution and the features and the requirements. But there are some clients that they won't state the problem. They will just go straight to the solution. Okay, this is a project, blah blah blah. It's got blah. Okay, this is what we will have. These are the features. On this feature, user should be able to do this. User should be able to do that. Like they will just have everything like that without actually naming their problem. Now, this is your reaction. You seeing a brief of 15 to 20 pages. Yes, I've actually worked on a brief of 15 pages. So this is your life. This is like what you actually look like. I mean, what you would how you will feel. Yeah, let me put it the way. This is how you will feel. Okay, I'm just saying something. You guys should please hold on. Give me a few minutes. I'm just saying something, saying the meeting is um oh, okay. I'm actually so sorry about this. It's being recorded. So you guys can just help me tell them that it's being recorded. I'm so sorry about this. I didn't know. So, all right, it's being recorded. Now let's move on. These are the likely reactions you will see upon getting you would have upon getting a complicated and complex brief. Now you have that reaction. Now, how do you now approach the brief? You're surprised, you're shocked. At least you need to do something, because your clients will pay you money, and even they're giving you 10 to 15 pages of brief, you are expected to still do something. Now, how to understand a project brief? First, step one, I hope you guys are with your pen and paper. I hope you all are with your pen and paper. So start jotting down what we are learning now. I'm so sorry for guys that can't join. It is being recorded, so everyone can still go back to YouTube to watch it. So even after you're done with your project, if you are being given other projects outside, you can always go back to our YouTube channel to watch it. So I'm actually so sorry that it's been limited to 200 guys. Now, step one, glance through. If you're being given a project brief, immediately you set your eyes on that brief. What you're expected to do is just to use 10 minutes to just glance through. At that point, you know, you're anxious, like what is this person, what does this person want me to do, what do I have to do? But to be very honest, the first thing you should do as a designer is to just glance through. You can just use 10 minutes to just glance through, even if it is 15 pages. Just use 10 minutes to just glance through. You are just you just have to glance through it. By doing that, you are preparing your brain to expect the worst and the best out of that brief. By just using 10 minutes to glance through a long and well documented brief, you're actually preparing your brain to expect the worst and the best out of that brief. Now you've glanced through. The next step, step two, the next thing to do is to take a short break. When I posted Grabby project brief in the channel, in the general channel, I told you guys, I said understanding a project brief takes 2 to 3 days sometimes. Sometimes it takes even more than 3 days, but of course it can't take up to a week. But understanding a well-detailed project brief that is even more complex, it takes 3 to 4 days. Now you've glanced through it. That is the first step rather. The second step, take a short break. See, as a designer, you need to know how to take breaks when it's needed. When it's needed, you have to take a break because you are creative and you are being creative. You are using your brain. You are actually stressing your brain to do something. So you need to know when to take a break. So you've glanced through for 10 minutes. The next thing, take a short break. Take a break and get yourself distracted for about 30 minutes. This break, you can do anything you love. You can actually play video games for the guys that love playing PS4, PS5, PS, whatever, PS10. Play video games, chat with your friends, take a walk, watch a movie, listen to music. I mean, do anything you love to do. Do everything you like to do, anything at all at that time, right? So, as you're taking a break, you are relaxing your brain for the work ahead. You are telling your brain to chill, to relax for that work that will be done, right? Because, like I mentioned, as a creative, even while you're working, you need to take breaks. Because if you don't take that break, the break will ask for itself rather. The break will ask for it itself. So you need to learn how to take a break, right? Now you've taken that break. Now your 30 minutes break, you've played video games, you've watched movies, you've watched all these action movies. I mean, you've relaxed your brain. Now the next step, what is the next step now? Step 4, set time to read the brief. Remember, the first thing you did was you glanced through it for 10 minutes. The second thing you did was to do what? To take a break because you want to relax your head. You want to rest. Now the next thing to do is to set 2 hours to read this brief. Now you are dedicating 2 hours to read this brief with chilled water beside you. See, you need as a person. No, now let's not even talk as a designer. As a person, you have to always drink water. You have to always drink water. Water is important. Water is really important in your body, in human's body. So you have to learn how to take water. Now you're about to read, let's say, 10 to 15 well documented brief, 10 to 15 pages of well documented brief. What is expected of you to do is to get a chilled bottle of water beside you, and then you start to read this brief. Now, 2 hours, don't do anything, just focus on this brief. Read it page to page for 2 hours, right? You've sent your mind to read the brief word to word for 2 hours. The next step to do now is you need to start taking note of keywords. In your Grabby project, when I sent the project brief to you, I expect you, like, the first thing you should do after you've glanced through, you've read it. Now we are here now, you've read it for 2 hours. The next thing for you to do is to start taking note of keywords. There are keywords in every brief. Every brief has keywords because the solution is always something that is existing. It is never a new solution. There would always be an app or a platform that does something similar. It might not be 100% similar. Note, it might not be 100% similar, but there will be a platform that does something similar, even maybe like 50% similar to what that app or that project you are being given to work on, what is expected to do. So this is the point where you take note of that keywords you see in the document. Okay, you have the document and you are seeing some certain keywords like SME, CRM, online shopping, etc. You should have a notepad where you jot things down, because as you're reading, you'll come across keywords. So those keywords will tell your brain that there are existing platforms like this. Do you guys understand? The keywords you're seeing will tell your brain that there are existing platforms that does similar that does what your clients, I mean what the project is all about. So now you are noting down every keyword you're seeing at every point in time. You see SME, you notice down. CRM, you notice down. Online shopping. So all these keywords will give you ideas of what you are to do, what the project is all about. The keywords in project brief are the one that actually helps you to understand what that project is all about. It is not you reading every word to word and understanding each word for what they mean, but you just need the keywords. You just need to pick out the keywords in that brief. The keywords are the one that would help you understand what the brief is actually all about. Now you've actually taken note of the keywords. The next thing is to do was take another long break. Now this one, the first break you took, don't forget that one was a short break. Now you're taking another break, which is now this one, you're taking a long break. This one you can go on a 4 hours to 6 hours break. Why are you taking this break? Because you've spent solid 2 hours reading the said project brief and you still feel that you still don't understand it yet. Now the next thing to do is take a break, and for this kind of break, this particular phase, sleeping is best recommended. The break you can actually take at this particular stage that would help you is sleeping. You don't need to, you can actually watch movies, you can take a walk, you can take a long walk, you can see a friend, you can chat with a friend, you can listen to music. But the one that actually helps, like that I do mostly at this point, is sleeping. I sleep. And because it helps, sleeping helps your brain, it relaxes your brain. And while you are sleeping, in your sleep you will be having ideas on that project. Ideas would flow through your head when you're sleeping, while you're sleeping. Because it would, I don't know if it happens to you guys too, as I am, as a person now, not even as a designer now, as a person, if I want to do something and I'm sleeping, or I decide, or rather I decide to take a break to sleep, like I have a task ahead of me, might be a design, might be anything, I have a task ahead of me to do, and I decide to sleep. I'm telling you guys that in that sleep I will be thinking about that task I'm to work on. And what I'm thinking about is not like this thing is difficult. No. What is coming to my head is ideas, like ideas on how to approach that task. That is what will be flowing through my head while I'm sleeping. So immediately you're up. Good, awesome. You start jotting down ideas that comes to your head while you were sleeping. Do you guys understand? Are you guys with me? So sleep is actually a very good remedy if you want to maximize your skill as a designer. You need to know when to sleep. It is not just all about sleeping all the time. You need to know the point when sleep is needed, when you need to sleep. Because when you sleep, ideas would come in while you're sleeping. Now you are awake, you start jotting down those ideas, you start listing them down. You should have a notepad. As a designer, you should have a notepad where you'll be jotting ideas that comes to your head. Might be on a personal project, might be on a paid project. You need to have a notepad as a designer. So now step 7, you're awake, you start jotting down ideas that came to your head while you are sleeping or chatting with your friends. See, no idea is a stupid idea when it comes to working on any project at all. You need to write everything down. Write it down. You should write down any idea that comes to your head. Also, in this step, you have to go through another form of long hours of reading of the said brief. You have to still dedicate in this step while you are jotting down that ideas, you go back to that brief, you read it again. Now your brain is relaxed. You are having ideas on how to approach the design, on how to approach the project. Now, while you're jotting down the ideas you're having, you pick up that brief again. And this time, you are reading it slowly and calmly. You don't need to rush it. This time, you need to read it slowly and calmly. This is when you will now understand what the project is all about. Because you've already noted down the keywords in the brief. You've slept. You've read it the first time. You've noted down the keywords. You've slept. While you were sleeping or while you were chatting with friends, ideas came to your head while you were doing all that. Now you've jotted down the ideas or you're jotting down the ideas. And the next thing for you to now do is to now read that brief again slowly and calmly. You don't rush to read it. At this point, when you're now reading this brief, you don't rush. You read it slowly and calmly. While you're reading it, pay attention, because one thing I realize in people is that when some people are reading, they don't pay attention to what they are reading. Please, when you're reading project brief, pay attention. You need 100% of your attention. You need it. Pay attention to what you're reading, because that is what will help you when your mindset, you need your mind. You need your mind. When your mind is at that work, at that task, ideas will be gushing in, right? So like I mentioned earlier, at this point, do not rush to read. Read it slowly and calmly. Then you've gone through all that step now to understand the brief. Now is the time to analyze the project. Let's review what we just mentioned. You said step one, glance through. When you receive a project, you have to just spend few minutes to glance through that project brief. Then the next step, what did we mention again? Take a break, 30 minutes break. Maybe for that 30 minutes break, you wanna sleep, you want to chat, you want to watch a movie, you want to listen to music, you want to take a walk, do something. Then after your break, you dedicate 2 hours, minimum of 2 hours. It can be more, minimum of 2 hours to read that brief word to word. That's step three. Now you've dedicated at least 2 hours to read that said project brief. While you are reading that project brief, the next step, which is step four, you start jotting down keywords that you see in that brief. Every brief always have keywords. Every brief you see that is being given to, even project brief on cryptocurrency projects, they have keywords. And that keywords are the ones that actually helps you to understand what the project is all about. The keywords you see in that project brief are the one that helps you to understand the solution, what you want to design. So you get a notepad, you jot down all the keywords you're seeing. CRM is actually a keyword. You jot it down. Online shopping, it's a keyword. Things that you know that you can easily use to search. How do you know a keyword? Keywords are words that you can easily use to search on Google for their meaning, or similar apps, similar application, or similar platform. So now, after you actually jot down those keywords, the next thing again to do is now you take another long break. After it, and that's one I told you, the best bet, what you can do at that point is to sleep. Sleep, because when you're sleeping, ideas will come into your head concerning that project. Even though you're sleeping, your mind will still at that project. That is the way it is. That is just the truth. Your mind will still be there. And when you wake up, you start jotting down ideas that came to your mind where you were sleeping. And at that point, you also pick up the brief, read it again. And like I mentioned, at this point, you are now reading slowly and calmly. You don't need to rush it. You are not rushing it at this point. Now you're reading it slowly and calmly to understand what each keyword is talking about, because you've noted down those keywords. You're now listening to yourself as you're reading it. You're listening to yourself to understand what those keywords actually mean. Now let's now go to the next phase, analyzing the project. You've taken those steps now to understand the brief. Now the next thing is analyzing the project. Now you understand some certain parts of the brief, and you've been able to jot down some ideas that came to your head while you were resting or reading. The next point now is to analyze the product itself. This is where the work is. Like I mentioned, some briefs can be 10 to 15 pages. Yes, it is that long. But trust me, that project is, it might just be one simple stuff. But some clients would write everything well detailed. And the reason it is well detailed is because they want you to know everything pertaining to that project, each requirement, every requirement, each features, what each feature should do. That is why it is that long. So the 10 to 15 pages might just be a very simple project, right? But it is actually good that you're having 10 to 15 pages so you can ask yourself multiple questions again. And of course, you can also reach out to the said client or the product manager that sent you the brief, and you ask them questions. You schedule a meeting with them and you ask them questions, right? So now you are the part where you are analyzing that product, that project. You now be asking yourself, what exactly is this project even talking about? What exactly is this project Gongo like? Which other similar apps or which other similar platforms are existing regarding this project? Like I mentioned, there is no new solution. All solutions are existing before. We are just trying to add more to our own. That is what people are doing now, what we are doing basically. No new solution. Any solution has been existing before. You just need to add to your own, like add other ideas or other things that will make yours stand out. So this is the point where you now need to analyze that said product, because you've been able to read it, ideas are in your head now, you've noted down your ideas. Now you now need to do what? Analyze that project, the features the client required, the necessary features that was required for you to for required of you to design. Now let's take Grabby project as a case study here. Let me explain to you guys. I want everyone to pay attention at this point. Grabby is basically an e-commerce application. Yes. See, you see all that grammar that you guys read that seems like heaven and earth to you, that seems like mountain. Trust me, Grabby is basically an e-commerce application with three different kinds of users. First, the customers who are the primary users of the app. Note, every product has primary users. They are the essential users of that app. Every product has primary users, just like the way every product or every brand has their primary audience. Do you guys understand? Are you guys with me? So Grabby is basically an e-commerce application with three different kinds of users. That Grabby project that you're being given, which is a general project that you're all expected to work on, it is an e-commerce platform. And on the platform, we have three kind of users. First, we have the customers who are the primary users of the app. Those are the ones that actually place an order. They are the ones that place an order. They are the ones that actually add to carts, add items to carts and all, check categories. They are the primary users of the app. The secondary users of Grabby app are the retailers and the vendors. The vendors are the ones that post their product for sale. Like, oh, I have a shoe now. I have a shoe I want to sell. I have a bag I want to sell, and I feel I can actually sell it on Grabby app. I create an account as a vendor. Do you understand? So all these things I'm saying are actually in that brief, but it is because it looks long. So now I'm bringing it down. I actually broke Grabby project down with this step I actually took. This step I explained to you guys. So the retailers are the ones, are the secondary users of the app that would sign up as a vendor or a retailer to sell. The primary purpose on the app is to sell. Why the primary purpose of the customers who are the primary users, their primary purpose is to buy. Do you understand? So each user has their primary purpose, their duty, their task on that platform. Every project has tasks for each users. There are some projects that have 2 to 3 users, just like Grabby, and each user should have their task. Each users have what they're doing on the platform. They're not just there for being their sake, for decoration. They're there because there are things they need to do on that platform. Now, the customers, the primary users, who are the customers that are coming there to buy, that their main task is what? To buy. The next kind of user on Grabby app are the vendors who are there to sell. Oh, I have a shoe I want to sell. I take the Grabby app, I sign up as a vendor, right? I get verified, and then I start posting my products. And then finally, the super admin, who is the tertiary user of the application. The super admin is the owner of Grabby, the brand that owns Grabby, like the organization that owns the Grabby app, or that intends to build the Grabby app. I don't know, am I communicating? Do you guys understand all this my grammar? Like, I'm sure you guys understand. You can just react. So the Grabby app you're expected to design, you are having three main users on that app: the customer's app, and each user have their own interface. The customer interface is not the same with the vendor's interface. Don't forget. The vendor's interface is not the same with the super admin interface. Each user have their own specific interface. This is why understanding the task each user is doing, this is why it is important. Because for you to get this, you need to understand what each user is doing on that app. So in a nutshell, I just summarized what Grabby is all about to you now. Now let's now move on. Grabby is an e-commerce project, right? It's an e-commerce application. And on the application, we're having three kind of users: the primary users, who are the customers that are coming to buy, right? The
Yeah.
vendors, who are the users that are selling, and then the super admin, who are the people that actually own the app, that own the platform itself. Now let's now go on. The next
They
one
don't
is now
start, but I don't know. No, they
the,
don't start
please mute
first. It's 1 hour ago.
your mic. Oh. Now the next one, what we are doing now is to now look for an existing app, an existing product that does similar stuff to what Grabby intends to do. So example of Grabby app that is existing right now. A perfect example of Grabby app that is existing right now is Jumia app. Yes, that is just it. That is it. It's Jumia app. So Jumia app is a live product which can be used as a guide in this step of project analysis. You are someone, I don't know, probably you've heard about Jumia app, or you've not heard about Jumia app. Like, what is Jumia app? What is Jumia app? Jumia app is also an e-commerce app. And what is being done then? Buy, sell, pay. That's all. And that is also what Grabby app is all about. Now, Jumia app is doing exactly what Grabby is doing, but with some just additions, some minor additions. But to understand what the project is doing, Gongo, exactly, rather, sorry, for you to understand what that project is doing exactly, is to just know that Grabby app is similar to Jumia app. It is just an e-commerce app. Now, first thing to do is to list down all the primary required features needed on the application. You are doing a lot of writing here. That is why, as a designer, you need to learn how to write. You shouldn't get tired of writing. It is essential for you to know how to write. It's not like you are writing storybook. Oh, at least you are writing down things, you are jotting down ideas, you are jotting down points, keywords. So as a designer, you need to have your book. It might be a sketchbook at least, but you should have a book that you use to work. All designers I know, all the senior designers I know, have a book they used to work, and it is that book you use to jot down things. Now, first, you list down all the required features needed on the application. That is all the features you're seeing on the Grabby project brief. Okay, you saw users should be able to sign up with their phone number. Users should be able to get verified. Users should be able to do this. Users should be able to do that. You write all that down. You jot them down in short form. You can just put sign up, sign in, verification. It's not like you are repeating what is in that brief word to word, but you are just shorting. You have to shorten it. Users should be able to sign up with the blah blah blah. Just write sign up. Users should be able to sign in with the blah blah blah. Write sign in. Users should be able to admin should be able to verify. verification. What you just need to write down is verification. Admin should be able to approve payment approval. So you just need to know how to think as a designer, as a person now. Even before you become a designer, you're a person. So you need to know how to think fast. You need to know how to put your brain to work. So all these things you are jotting down are the primary required features that are needed on the platform, on the application. You need to list them down in your notepad or put them down in any book. If you don't have a notepad, a digital notepad, you can have any book, any physical book, right? And this thing you're putting down, they're gonna assist you and give you ideas on how to approach the design. Do you guys understand? So all these things, all these features you've jotted down, like the short form of it, they are to assist you on how to approach the design. Now, the next thing you do is you now have to go ahead to make research on other similar products like Grabby that comes to your mind. There are a lot of e-commerce platforms out there, a lot, a whole lot. Now you have to make research on other similar products like Grabby. Mind you, you've not started designing. No, let's get everything right. You've not even opened Figma. What you're doing is you're understanding and analyzing the brief, and you're analyzing the project. So you've not even gone near to Figma. Make research on other similar products like Grabby that comes to your mind. First, we mentioned Jumia. You go to the Jumia platform, you download their mobile app, go to their website, list things, jot things down, things that you're seeing there, just sit down. How it work? You need to interact with it. You have to interact with the platform to know how each feature works. That is what actually would give you, that would enlighten you on what you're about to do. Because if you don't interact with that said project, with that said product, you won't get a clear understanding of what that product does, right? So you need to interact with that product. We mentioned Jumia. Another e-commerce application is Konga. Konga is another e-commerce platform that does vendor selling and user buying, and they also have admin. And like I mentioned, all these three users are not having same interfaces. They are having different interfaces. The interface the customer is seeing, that is the person coming to buy, the interface they are seeing will be different from the interface the person who wants to sell is seeing. Please mute yourself. Please mute your mic. Please mute your mic. The interface the person who is coming to buy will see is different from the interface the person who is coming to sell will have. And is also different from the interface of the admin, that is the super admin of the app. Now, every user on that platform has their own duty, what they are doing. They have their roles and responsibilities. Admin should be able to do this. Vendors should be able to do this. Customers should be able to do this. So these are the things that are needed on that, right?
On that slide.
Excuse me. Sorry guys, I need to check this person. I said you guys should mute yourself. All right, so let's move on. Let's move on. Okay, so moving on, we spoke about analyzing the product, and we mentioned Jumia and Konga as the exact replica of Grabby, or let's say exact example that does what Grabby does. Okay, now we will now go into the Grabby details itself, like the Grabby platform. Now I've summarized Grabby application to you guys. Now let's not take a look at the brief. Let's take a look at the Grabby brief. Oh, awesome. So look, this is it. Grabby is a SaaS aggregation platform that will enable any SME manage their businesses. Blah 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 blah. Grabby is a platform. Blah 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 blah. Awesome. Look at this. Okay, Grabby is a platform that can be used by a pharmacy, restaurant, supermarket, boutique. That is anybody who has anything to sell. You want to sell medicine, you can put it there. You want to sell cosmetics, you can go on Grabby, create an account as a vendor, you can put it there. Anything you want to sell, you want to sell your shoe, you want to sell your hair, you can put it there. You can go up and sign up as a vendor and put it there. So all this grammar actually is telling you that Grabby is an e-commerce application. Now look at this place. So under Grabby there will be many categories such as food, fashion, dispatch, etc., which is telling you that in that application you should create an interface for categories. We spoke about Jumia app. Jumia app also have categories. They have interface for categories. Do you guys understand? So I mentioned that this platform does what Jumia is doing, similar to what Jumia is doing, but they have an addition. Now what is the addition? Dispatch. They also have riders. That is, when you come on the platform to sign up, you can buy a product or an item as a customer, and then you see delivery riders or companies that would deliver to you. Are you guys flowing? Are you guys with me? Are you guys flowing with me at all? So Grabby is an e-commerce platform, but with an addition, and that addition is to make their own platform different from Jumia platform. Jumia does not have the dispatch feature where you can get dispatch riders to deliver to you. No, that is what Grabby is adding to their own. So here you have dispatch, a list of delivery companies or riders that have signed up to use Grabby. And this is telling you that you need to also create interface for dispatch riders. There can be individual riders or companies. Do you guys understand? So this word dispatch is a keyword that you should work with. Dispatch, that should come to your head that, oh, there would be an interface for dispatch riders, individual riders and companies to sign up. So when a user comes on the platform to buy an item, they can actually pick a rider on the app or a delivery company that would deliver the item. Grabby should be able to allow online shoppers search for their desired merchants within each product category. We are talking about category. That is, you should have a search feature. Allow online shoppers search. So as you are reading these words, the features are coming even to your head even before you read the main features. There are some minor features that are noted, that are mixed with the content, like this search feature. Now most clients won't tell you there should be a search feature, but you as the designer, you need to think that, okay, to ease the work of the users, there should be a search feature at this point, right? So now it should allow online shoppers search for their desired merchant, which is to tell you that there should be search feature. There should be an interface where the users can search for merchants, that is for vendors. Also there should be an interface where they can search for product categories. Are you guys with me? Are we together? Right, awesome. Now also make online orders if they wish and allow customers to post review as well. Review, that is another keyword. There would be a review screen. In the product screen, there should be a section for reviews where other customers come in can see reviews of that product or that brand or that vendor. So like I said, these words that are being mixed in the content in the brief, that they should be giving you ideas. There are keywords that should be giving you ideas of features that you need to add, because These are the things that actually makes you a good UI and UX designer. Your clients, trust me, most clients don't give all the features, but when you are reading the brief, you would be getting it that, okay, this feature will be in this product, this feature will be there, this feature will be there. Now the review feature is actually good because it helps the new customers coming in. It helps the new user signing into the app to read about the vendors and that product. For example, there's something on Jumia. If you want to buy a product, once you click on that product, you can actually read. So you design your own. Please, I'm not saying you go and copy Jumia interface. Please, you guys, it will showcase your project. So don't go and copy Jumia's work. Just copy Jumia's interface. But we are using Jumia as an example because Jumia does similar to what Grabby app is doing or wants to do. Right. Now, we spoke about search feature. The search feature will be added. Customers should be able to search for merchants. It actually allows them, it eases their stress. It reduces stress. Now, they should also be able to do what? Post reviews as well. In addition, now look at this place. In addition to being able to place and process orders, Grabby must offer an easy, secure and convenient way of making payment through accredited payment gateways. What is that telling you? There should be a payment interface. Do you guys understand? So as you're reading every brief, your head needs to be working. Your head should be working. Like your head needs to be active. Your mind needs to be there. Grabby must offer an easy, secure, and convenient way of making payment through accredited payment gateway. That is telling you that there should be a payment interface in that app, on that app rather. And customers should be, now we have, okay, now we have different payment gateways. Flutterwave, Paystack. Do you guys understand? They can use their credit card. If they don't want to use Flutterwave, they don't want to use Paystack, they can use their credit card directly. So all these things are telling you that these are things that should be on the app. They are not noted out. Some, you see that some of them are not even being bolded out. But as you read, your mindset open to the features of the app. So this our e-commerce platform Grabby must have a payment interface. And we have so many accredited payment gateways. We have Flutterwave, we have Paystack. There are so many others too that you would include in your design. Awesome. Now we have the listed features. Customer interface. What should we have on the customer interface? The customer interface for placing orders, ease of use, simple user experience is key. You don't need to do a complicated design. Simplicity should always be in your mind while you are designing. Simplicity. So we have registration and creating a profile. That is basically signing and sign up. And they've listed out what you need to include in your design. Customers should be able to sign up with their first name and their last name, their email. All these are compulsory. Their phone number, compulsory. Their password, compulsory. Make provision for customers to accept terms and conditions in your design. Put it underneath in the sign up screen that I agree, all those words, I agree to blah 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 terms and conditions and privacy policy, blah 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 blah. They should click to agree before they proceed, before they create their accounts. Right? Make provisions for customers to accept whether they want to receive newsletter. That is another checkbox you need to add there. Click if you want to accept, or you just put your words the way it's nice. It's easy for the users, the customers to understand. Once you're signed up, a verification email is sent to you. In your head as a designer, that is telling you that once a user sign up, once a customer sign up, you should design a screen to tell them that a verification email has been sent. A verification mail has been sent to their email, and they need to check their mail, right? It can be a pop-up screen, like design it. What I'm doing here, my job here this afternoon or this evening is to explain on how to understand a brief to you guys, not teach you guys how to design it, like not like putting it word to word. I'm just explaining how you can understand a project brief that is being given to you. Now we have, after verification, a confirmation email is sent with Ghana. Awesome. Social media logins and integration. This enable users to post on their social media accounts with restaurant they are eating from. So that is, like I mentioned, Grabby is adding addition. Grabby have addition to their own. They are not just like Jumia, because there should be something that makes them different from Jumia and Konga. Now you can see restaurants as well. That means you have to design it that they can actually look out for restaurants to buy food or to eat physically. Do you guys understand? So all these things, while you are reading them, it should be bringing something to your mind. Even for the fact that it is it is an e-commerce platform, they are having additions that makes them more like that doesn't make them exactly like Jumia. Because when you're pitching an idea to some people, they would ask you, what makes your idea different from so and so? So your own idea, even though it has something like there's a culture, you should have an addition. There should be what you're doing. Can you kindly please mute your mic? Can you kindly mute your mic? Please mute your mic. Right. So ordering a product. These are the steps to take while ordering a product. And these are other features. Geolocation, it has to show location. Real-time order tracking, that is on the user interface, the customer interface, then they should be able to track their items, right? And this saves both the delivery guy and the user a lot of trouble. So this actually is a solution to all these problems that where you order stuff, your delivery guy can still be somewhere far, and they will tell you they are just 10 minutes away from you. So when the customers have that real-time order tracking interface, they will be able to see where the delivery guy is. And don't forget, we are also integrating delivery mode into the platform as well. That is, there should be an interface for delivery riders, individual and companies, delivery companies, to sign up to create an account. So while the users are coming in to buy, they can also see delivery companies that would deliver their orders, that would deliver their items, delivery person's contact info. After placing an order and confirming payment, customers should be provided with the contact information of the delivery person. That is, you have to show that on that interface. Push notification, merchant list. Push notification, that is to get notification. Merchant list, ratings, reviews, and feedback. So these are features that are now listed and explained. Do you guys understand? So all these are features that are listed and explained that they will guide you in how to approach your design. Now let's come to the one highlighted in red. Grabby food specific, multiple food items from multiple restaurants on a single order. This enables a user the flexibility of selecting items each from any of the choice restaurants from more than one location. So there are sometimes that you find yourself that you want things from more than one places. So the app should be able to allow users select items or buy stuff from more than one location at a time. And all what they are doing, they are adding it to their carts. Let me explain this feature to you. You want to buy a shoe, and there are so many vendors on Grabby apps that sell shoes. And you're not just buying just sneakers. You want to buy sneakers, you want to buy heels, you want to buy long heels, you want to buy short heels, you want to buy flat on, right? So you check a vendor, you check their profile, you check out their products, all the product they listed, and you saw sneakers, heels and everything. They also have all these categories of shoes you want to buy. But somehow you don't like the heels they posted. You don't like the heels on the profile. But you can buy sneakers from them. You add that sneakers from their own platform, I mean from their own profile, from their store rather. Let me use store so as not to confuse you guys. From their store, you add the sneakers you like, you add it to cart. You should now design it in a way that the user should be able to go back to the main store, to the main listing, and search for another store that sells shoes again. Do you understand? So you are creating flexibility and option for your users. There should be enough flexibility and options in your design. That is what we want you to do here. So users should be able to add items from different stores in their carts, into their carts. Okay, I want, like I mentioned, I want to buy different kind of shoes, and in the store I saw I'm seeing all the different kind of shoes I want, but I don't like the heels they posted, but I like their sneakers. What will I do? I will add their sneakers to carts. Then I should be able to go back to check out other stores that still has what I want. Like I still want to buy flats on, I still want to buy heels, I still want to buy long heels, I still want to buy short heels, right? So I should be able to go back and still search for that short heels. While my cart is still there, my cart should not be closed and it should not be deleted. So once I see what I want from another store, I should be able to add it to cart. I should do that until I'm done shopping. Then I have the list of all my items in my cart. So on in the cart screen, it is not showing all the list of the shop, all everything you've shopped, the items the customers have actually shopped on that platform, with the name of each restaurant or each store below. I'm sure you guys understand the explanation I've given to that feature. That is just what is explaining. So no need to place orders more than once for more than one place, right? So I have recommendation. This gives user an opportunity to flow through your recommendation and choose something you are interested in. Secure payment options for debit card, and integration with the local payments like company like Flutterwave and InterSwitch. I mentioned it initially. Also, refund claim by customer. This is a feature where customers can report issues like overpaying for an order. There should be a feature where customers can make complaints, where they can report. So this is basically all that has to do with Grabby. And I am sure that with this my explanation, this my well-detailed explanation, you guys have been able to understand what this Grabby project is all about, and you've been able to understand how to analyze a project brief. Do you guys understand me? Now, let's take questions. I'm sure you all have questions now. This is the time to take questions. All the questions we've noted down, and while I'm talking, while I'm presenting, this is the time to take questions. Um, let me, okay. All right, so we're taking questions. God bless you, Kemi. It's getting more clearer now. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Amen. Amen. God bless you too. All right. Now let's take questions. Don't we have question? Now I know where to start from. Awesome. Awesome. I'll sure be having the time of my life working on this. That's impressive. That's good to hear. Okay, so I have a question here. Does it mean when they launch the app, it should have option of whether the user is there from shopping or as a dispatch? Yes. Like I mentioned, you should have interfaces for user to sign up as a buyer. Like I am a user and I'm signing up as a buyer. And there should be another interface for users to sign up as a seller, that is as a merchant, and the one for dispatch as well. Do you understand? So I think Gladys asked this question. So you are designing, let me tell you guys the gist. You're actually designing 3 to 4 different apps. Let me just tell you. So to bust your brain, that is what you are doing. You are designing 3 to 4 different apps here. You are designing the customer app, that is for buyers. You are designing the seller, the merchant app, that is for the people selling, who are coming to sell. And you are designing for the dispatch as well, delivery companies and individual riders signing up. So you need to make everything well detailed. Okay, let me look out for another question. Are our designs going to be responsive? It's a mobile app. So your mobile app should be responsive. It's a mobile application. On Figma, you have frames. You have iPhone 11, you have iPhone X, you use the frame. Is it after the brief that one is expected to run a design sprint? No. Okay, yes. After you understand the brief, the next thing is to run a design sprint. So design sprint is basically 5 days work for you to understand a project and to actually start, to work on that project. Yes, yes. Well done, Kemi, with this brief. Do we still need to carry out UX research? Of course. What we just have now is explanation of how to understand a project brief. So you still need to do your UX research. You still need to do it. Are we expected to design all three? Thanks for this session, Kemi. Interfaces, user, the merchants, and dispatch. Yes, 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 yes. Can we get this presentation slide, please? Awesome, sure, definitely. I'll post it. And this session is also being recorded. So you can always go back in case you feel, oh, you've forgotten something or you forgot something I mentioned. You can always go to our YouTube channel to watch this particular session. It is being recorded. And I'll also post the slide in the general channel on Slack. Thanks so much, ma'am. Okay, that was clear. Thank you so much. It was an awesome session. Thank you, ma'am. This is going to be fun. I'm a new though. I have to catch up really fast. Trust me, you will. You will actually catch up. It is actually interesting. Designing e-commerce applications are interesting. Awesome. I'm just thinking of the wireframes. Don't worry. Wireframes are actually very easy. Can you please mute yourself? Please mute yourself. Please. Please mute yourself. I have a question. How do the super admin come to place in all of this? Can't one app have all these features because it might be difficult for the super user to control? No. So the super admin, they have their own app as well. And the super admin would have the feature of seeing all the users on the platform, including the vendors, the merchants, and the users, that is the customers that are coming to buy. So nothing is being difficult here. It is because it might be difficult. No, 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 no. It is not difficult. You are seeing it as if the super admin wants to start. No. So many things are automated. So many things going on in the app are automated, right? So the super admin just needs to see some details like, okay, how many users do we have on this app, including merchants and the buyers? How many delivery companies do we have? What is our revenue? Now I'm telling you guys the features that will be on the admin app. What is our revenue? In the last month, did we make profits? Did we so all these are just what will be on the admin screen. They are not Admin is not doing any manual verification. Everything is automated, so there's no stress. Thank you so much, ma. I didn't even know how and where to start with the brief, and I've not gathered the courage to read this. Thank you. I'm sure with this session now, you understand what the brief is all about. What the project is all about. On the issue of users signing up as buyer or vendor, if he or she signed up as a vendor and wants also to buy from the app, of course, that is where your work as a designer comes to place. You should be able to design it in a way that the user app, you have the customer app, you have the vendor app, and the vendor can also sign up the vendor can sign up as a customer who wants to buy. Of course, the vendor can sign up like, okay, I sell on Grabby app, and now I also want to buy. Also, I can actually sign up to buy. Yeah. Hello, my question is, what's the difference between super admin and admin? So super admin has the control of everything going on in the app. They can see users details, they can see the revenue, they can see the total revenue, the total money, what the platform, what the product is bringing in. They can see details of the users, though not like in details, but at least like the name, the email address, the phone number. Do you understand? So admin can be anybody. Okay, now let's take for example, see admin as supervisors and see super admin as the owner of the app. Supervisors are like, okay, people that are employed to work with me, and I now delegate them to I delegate tasks to them. Like, okay, I may not have the time to always check this platform. So they are now admins. They are admin. Why I am the super admin? Because I own the platform, I own the product. So features on the admin part are always limited because they are just like that delegated duties to them. The super admin is the one that delegates duties to them. So features are only limited on their own side, but the super admin has everything, all the power. Can it all be matched into one app where the vendor has money from the back end, where the primary user approve from? I don't understand this here. Please, it's not possible. Don't even think about it. Where the super admin operate from the back end, nothing is operating from the back end. You have to have interface, design their interface. There's nothing from the back end because there should be an interface for it. If a super admin is doing anything, at least there will be an interface. So there's nothing operating from back end and front end here. Does it mean that the application has a new login? I mean that upon onboarding, it asks who you want to log in as. Of course. Yes, 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 yes. But like I mentioned, it is better to design it differently. So like you're having different apps. So anyone who wants to sign up as a vendor already would download a vendor app, the vendor app of Grabby. This actually makes it easy for everybody, both the designer, the developers, and even people that want to use the app. Like Uber has for customers, Uber has for drivers. So telling you guys to design the platform, the different interfaces, the different app is not that we want to punish you. It's because that is the way it is. There's Uber riders, the one for their dispatch riders. There is the one for you as a customer. So you as the customer that you are coming to order a ride, you are not using the same app as the riders, what the riders are using. So that is why we are asking you to it's better to do it separately. My question is, you mentioned about customer having a payment exceeded the price amount. If such should happen, wouldn't there be a decrease in the credibility of the platform, such as a dissident? No, I said there should be a case where customers can report in case they actually pay more. Okay, now you are paying with Flutterwave. You are on the platform. Every your cart, I mean your item, the total amount is $400, and you mistakenly pay $500 from your Flutterwave. Is there anybody's fault? No. So after you get your payment receipt for Flutterwave, you realize that you paid $500 instead of $400. What do? You make a report on the platform. So it's not a matter of credibility, it's a matter of the fact that mistakes happen, and you give them options for them to actually report that said mistake. So if you it is normal for you to type like, and there are some people that you can want to send 2,000 to someone and you mistakenly send 20,000. It's normal. Okay, well explained. Is it okay to say that understanding the brief is a major work of the UX designer? Yes, 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 please. Yes, please. It's a major work of everybody. Both a UI designer and a UX designer, you have to understand the brief. Don't you think the super admin can't be a mobile app but web app? Oh wow, that is why you're a designer. You need to think. So if you feel it's good as a web app, awesome. If you feel it's good as a mobile app, awesome. That is what makes you a designer. Can't it all be matched? No, it can't be matched. Please forget that margin. It can't be matched. For the iOS and Android, can we use any screen size that should be general? Like I mentioned, Figma has frame on it. They have the frame size. Here you get the presentation slide. What about the install user that was mentioned about the brief? Can you give more information on that? Install user, Daniel, I think you need to explain this. I don't understand. Are we going to have a sign-in button for the super admin? Yes, now. Yes, everybody should sign in. If you don't sign in, how do you want to access the app? If the super admin too don't sign in, how does the super admin want to access the app? In the brief, CRM is a key point. Does it mean that the organization CRM tool is directly linked to the Grabby app, where once a complaint is logged, it pops up at the service end? Awesome. You get the gist. Exactly. You get that gist. All these things you said will be merged on one app, right? No. You are not merging anything on one app. You are designing different apps. My question on responsiveness is in regards to it being a web app and being responsive on mobile tablets and desktop. Okay, if your the Grabby app itself for users, for vendor and customer, it's a mobile app. Oh, it's a mobile app. Oh, but for the super admin, if you wish to make it a desktop app, fine, all good. And if you are doing a desktop app, you should design a mobile view of it for the super admin. But the application itself is a mobile app. About project brief in general, do we ask for the brief if the client does not send to us? Yes, of course, of course. You need to ask for it. You should ask for it. As regards the app, you said we are going to design. You said 3 to 4, but in the design brief on together that just as customer interface only. Well, and I'm explaining the brief to you now. So you are designing everything. You are designing the customer interface, you are designing the vendor interface and the spa admin interface. Is there an e-commerce app or a SaaS app? God, I've mentioned it is an e-commerce app. Hello, Ma. Can a UX designer design a database to keep all records of everyone who signs up and issues? Just like, of course. This is actually the simplest interface to design safe. You just have to list them with their details. Um, my question: the brief says Grabby is SaaS rendering company, not an e-commerce company. When does Grabby as a software as service comes in? I've actually explained to you. So I've explained what the project is all about. It's not a software, it's an e-commerce platform, not a software. Um, are we having 4 different screens for login page? You are designing customer interface, vendor, merchant interface, and super admin. So are you asking me again? You, of course, they will all have the login now. Each user needs to have the login page. Each user needs to have the login page as a sign up page. So how many apps are we designing in general? I mentioned that earlier. We are designing 3 apps: merchants, customer, and super admin. Please explain more on how to map out the user journey. I wasn't the one who actually taught you user journey. So I guess you should watch the last week class. That was when you were being taught how to map out user journey. So I think you should check our YouTube channel for the class taught last week. So does it mean that super admin will have a separate app platform from the admin? You're
Yes,
only doing
yes.
super admin, not admin. So yes, super admin, yes. Maybe for this project it can't be matched, but for me, one login point for vendor and customer, and one app for both too. Nobody see you will present your you will present your design. And if you are doing something that is different from what I'm saying here, you won't like it. I I told you I am using a live product as an example. Uber does not have same login for you, the user, and their drivers. Even they don't have it like that. So you need to look at what is existing to do your work as a designer. Do you think the same way you are signing up on Uber is the same way that driver is signing up? No. That is why I'm telling you that each customer or each user needs to have their own sign up and sign in screen. Uber super admin does not have the same interface as the way you have it, you the customer that you are booking a ride. Do you guys understand? So it's not like we are giving you work to do. We are just letting you know that this is what is being done in a product, in a live product. So wow, so why would I want to waste my time to learn full stack? Is there a difference between UI UX and programming? Yes, there's a difference. UI UX and programming, they're not the same. They're not even related. They're not even brothers or sisters. They're different. Like many other apps, they allow users to sign up as a buyer on the user app. Do we redirect them to download the buyer app? Yes, of course. Awesome. Now, you people need to think as designers. Like, you need to think. Like this person, this caller, he said, like many other apps, they allow users to sign up as a buyer on the user app. Do we redirect them to? Yes. Since you know that you are designing different apps for both the buyer and the seller, on the buyer's app, there should be probably a link below that if you want to sign up as a what, if you want to sign up as a seller, click here. And it's once they click there, it takes them to Play Store or App Store to download the vendor's app. So it is interesting to actually work on projects because it allows you think, it allows you think fast. Having the customer and merchant signing up on the same interface, yeah, I mentioned that they can't sign up on the same interface. The interfaces have to be different. Can the dispatch company sign up as a merchant, or we are to design an app for dispatch companies? I already answered that. Dispatch companies have their own interface as well. They are not merchants. They are not merchants. They are dispatch companies. And dispatch guys can be individual riders or delivery companies or as companies. Yeah, just like Upwork has two apps for both buyers and sellers. Exactly. What data
Yeah.
will be available for the admin to view? This is you people's. This is where you come in as a designer. You have to think. I keep saying think. Meaning it's going to have same sign up page for everyone. No, it is not having same sign up page for everyone. I don't know how to should I scream? You are not designing same sign up page for everyone. What if we have an option? Well, that is left to you. You design it how you feel you can design it. But we are not seeing. I don't want to see same interface for customer and merchants. I don't want to see same interface for it. Are we designing the customer, vendor, admin, and dispatch interface, or we are designing the admin, customer, and vendor? Okay, let me say it again. So you are designing the customer, who are the primary user, the customer interface. You are designing the merchant interface, who are the secondary users, the people selling. You are designing the super admin, which that one you can decide if you want it to be a desktop app or a mobile app. You can decide that with your team. And then you are not designing for dispatch guys. So dispatch riders can be individuals or companies. Do we have to make it like 4 different apps? Yes. So what I'm trying to say is that don't showcase one interface for us and say, okay, this is what all the other users too are using to onboard. No. Every user on Grabby has the user journey. Every user on Grabby has the user journey. So you should map that out with your teammates. Don't don't merge any design together for us. Don't merge any design together. I am saying it. Do not merge any design together. Every user has their user journey. Put them out. Okay, as a seller, as a vendor or merchant on Grabby, this is what I will be doing. As a seller, I will sign up, I will create an account, I would post my products, I would add price, I will do this, I will do that. That's for seller. As a customer, that is the primary user, people that are there to buy. As a buyer, I am coming on Grabby app to check out products from vendors on the app. I'm coming there to buy with the main purpose of buying. And as a dispatch company, I am coming to Grabby to do what? I'm coming to Grabby to get orders from buyers, people that are buying from them. That is for dispatch. That is their main task. They're coming to take orders. So when the customer, the buyers, when they check out all the products and they buy, they make payments. Don't forget the payment interface. They make their payments. They should be able to see delivery riders, delivery riders that are available to help them deliver that project, as a project, sorry, rather their item. And with delivery, they should be able to do what? Have a tracking interface where they can track each delivery guy. And this is to avoid stories that touch, where delivery guy would say it's just 10 minutes away. Meanwhile, the delivery guy is still very, 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 very far. So all these features are there to actually make the life of our users better, to make their life easier. Do you understand? So yes, to avoid stories that touch. Exactly. So I feel we've actually learned a lot. So you guys should react. If this session has been impactful, if it has been insightful, I want you guys to react. Just send a reaction. I mean, we've we've learned a lot this evening, tonight. We've learned how to understand a brief, how to analyze a project, how to approach a design, how to understand a brief, no matter how complicated it is. When you take these steps, you will understand how it is, like how understanding a project is so easy. With these steps, you will understand that even a 20 pages of complicated brief is easily understandable. You can understand it, right? So I think right now we can end this session. What you've learned, share it with your teammates. Don't hide information. Do not hide information. Share it with your teammates. Tell them, okay, this is what we are doing now, this is what we will be doing. Do not hide information. Let them know, okay, this is what we will be doing and this is how we will do it. This is what the project is all about, right? And also, if you feel stuck at any point, this session is being recorded. It will be posted on our YouTube channel. Go back there and watch it. The session is being recorded. It will be posted, it will be uploaded on our YouTube channel. Go back there and watch it. And also, I will post the slide on our general channel soon on Slack. So you can actually go back there to check. You can revisit the Slack anytime to check my explanation on understanding and analyzing a project brief. So yes, I will post it. I'll post the slide in the general channel on the Slack workspace now. So thank you guys for coming. Inform your team members as well. Talk to them. So I am sure you guys will start working on your projects now and everything is more clearer. So you all enjoy your evening. Have a good night rest. Take good care of yourself. Be a good designer, and I can't wait to see you all scale. All right, you guys, bye.